G'day everyone, it's Matt here, and today I've got a very special guest, one of our amazing graduates from quite a few years ago, but I'm really excited to catch up with Calem and hear what he's up to today. So thanks, Calem. Thanks so much for coming along.
Thanks for having me again. It's good to catch up.
Yeah. So things have changed quite a bit for you over the last few years. Now, you graduated with us quite a number of years ago. You were you were our ultimate champion, like our star student for the year, you and Jenn. And do you want to give us some background, I guess, why way back then you decided to make the big change? Because you come from quite a big corporate role, didn't you?
Yeah. So we both Jenn and I come from a corporate background, so it was about 15 years each. I've come from corporate HR. Jenn's like a corporate finance background, but yeah, those real big inner city, fast-paced, busy roles. And yeah, I mean, we've always been looking for answers because we just wanted to get out of that. I guess it's a pretty stressful environment. I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that, where, you know, the 9 to 5, people jokingly say, becomes like a 5 to 9. You're just working long days. You've got a lot of moving deadlines, a lot of pressures. And look, you get paid well for it, but we just knew that wasn't what we wanted to do for 10, 20, 30, 40 years kind of thing. So that's what made us make the change.
Yeah. And the rest is history. So that's what I want to talk about is the history, I guess, because you guys blitzed it. You quit your corporate jobs, you worked out, you came online, and the strategy you guys took with us is you went for the cash flow, because that makes significant money quite quickly, which is building websites for local businesses. Take us to, it's a really interesting time to get you on here because, of course, we've all been hit by COVID. You guys live in Melbourne, which had the world record for the strictest lockdowns. Yeah. So what happened to you guys over that 2 years with COVID? Because you literally just quit your jobs just before then, didn't you?
Yeah, so I think, it's interesting because that's when we last caught up, was just when COVID was coming here. And Jenn had just, I think, resigned a month or two after we last caught up. So we'd kind of gone from building the business on the side to me being able to leave work. So kind of went from part-time and then left work. That's, I think, when we last spoke. And then, I guess since then, Jenn has left work. We'd really focused on building up the income to replace both our incomes. And we've done that. And I know it's easy to kind of skip through this now, but through COVID, we've obviously more than doubled our income from when we last caught up, and we thought we were doing really well then, and we were. And now we've kind of doubled that, and I guess, we've joked about it a bit, where what we were aiming to make in a month, that kind of 10 and then 20 grand was just this big elusive number. We're kind of quoting per job now, like 10, 15, 20 grand. And
congratulations. Wow.
It's crazy to see that happen anyway, and we're like insanely grateful. But amidst COVID, where a lot of our old friends and still connections and ex-colleagues are going through a time where they've been worried about their jobs. A few lucky ones have dropped back to part-time to keep their jobs, but we've, been able to grow our business and have a peace of mind around it, that we're okay, and no one can kind of control if we can work or not, how much money we make or we don't make. We've been able to look after ourselves, which has been really good, and we're really grateful for it. So
and it's just phenomenal to see your growth, and like you said, you're in control of your own destiny now, to the point too, and I will mention this to our community, you guys now work with us as well. In addition to running your own business, you're one of our top coaches with our students, because you've been there doing it. And isn't it funny, you are doing these corporate website builds now. And just one thing I just want to touch on, it must be quite a bit of a mind shift for you over these last few years to go from, like you said, what you used to dream of earning, monthly, 10 to 20 grand a month. Now you charge per job, and that's recurring income too, isn't it? That's ongoing SEO services and things.
Yeah. And that's been a huge change as well, because I think we've been building up that recurring income. So that's something that the ongoing recurring income used to make up 10, 20% of our revenue. Now it's about 80%, and, of the pie, and then the pie is a bit bigger now. So, being able to build that recurring income has been a real game changer as well. But we probably wouldn't have been able to do that had we not taken that first step, which was getting ourselves out of work and replacing the income through that.
Yeah. And so now it's just gone like this. You've hit the graph and you're taking off. And how do you find working with those big clients now? So, charging anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000 a month to, fix up their, help them fix up their websites or do ongoing SEO or getting content for them. How do you find working with the big guys?
It's obviously taken a lot of the mindset shift, which we've spoken about, but I think, as we've grown with that, it's just insanely rewarding because a lot of these bigger business have worked with a lot of agencies out there. And unfortunately, there were a lot of cowboys kind of thing. And we've just been in a position where we care about the business, we care about them, what they're doing, but we really just want to exceed expectations and really out deliver on everything they've ever experienced in the past and try and get them to, reinstill their faith in the digital marketing industry because it's a good one. But it's
you, Calem, that came up with the USP or the positioning statement in our community amongst us champions is you said we outcare the competition, and we all love that, don't we? And that's what you and Jenn live by, and as all of us do, and that's obviously that's your competitive advantage, isn't it? In this game when you're doing these bigger website builds. Because really, you started at ground zero, didn't you? You've started training with us. It's not like you've got, massive, big digital skills from day one or anything like that. You had to do the yards. You had to learn with us. Yeah. And that's kind of where you found you excel, is that you can personally help these bigger clients, and therefore they love coming back to you month after month.
Yeah, exactly. And the bigger clients, they've obviously... so definitely the outcaring piece. That's what I think, they're really buying us, we happen to deliver a really good service. But I think, having these bigger clients now, like they've got a lot more that their business does, and we're just able to go really deep with them. And, it's not official, but I just see ourselves as an extension of the business and really working in partnership with them, not just we get money and give them something. Like I really think we do get to work hand in hand. So.
And I think you mentioned to me before this call that you also find these guys are actually they are way more recurring. Like they basically, once you do a good job with them, they're going to be with you for years.
Yeah, that's it. And it very much comes to that approach. I think when you do work with smaller business, and we still work with a lot of those kind of solo operators as well, that because they need a good service too. So we do work with them too. But I think they can get kind of knocked by the headwinds a bit, especially in the last 2 years. Yeah. And they need to, batten down the hatches and put their cash away and understand that they come back when times come good. But where these bigger businesses, they factor that into their operating rhythm and they need marketing done. So as long as we keep doing what we're doing, they're there and we just keep working with it. So it is just a lot more steadier and stable, I guess. So
cool. Well, and then so let's have a look at because if you guys are interested, you can listen to our previous interview that we did 2 years ago with Calem and Jenn, and you'll realize these guys set this business up. The whole reason they came on and did this was for a lifestyle business. So don't be thinking, Calem's all about the corporate world again, and because he does big corporate clients now. The business is very much for lifestyle, isn't it? That's been particularly important over this last 2 years, hasn't it?
Definitely. Look, when we started, we'd always built something that we could take with us anyway, because at the time we were traveling a lot. Like we needed to, get away from that stressful environment. So we traveled a lot, went to some great places, and we wanted to take something with us. So yeah, that's something I think we spoke about last time.
The laptop lifestyle. Literally, you run this business on your laptop, don't you?
Yeah. And our team's grown over the years, and they're kind of based across Australia and the UK as well. But we can engage with them at any point, anywhere. So that's what it always was about. But yeah, the last 2 years, I guess, it has. Whilst we haven't been able to travel as such for holidays, unfortunately, we've had 3 of our 4 parents go through some pretty significant health issues over the last couple of years, and so this has allowed us to go back home and be with them for extended periods of time. So before we'd only be able to go in for a week or 2. Now I think we've done 6 and 8 week trips, and it's just been, we've come back because we obviously need to at some point, but we've been able to stay as long as we needed to and not have to rush off when they've needed us there. And that's, we never knew this would come, but, inadvertently what we've built enabled us to do that. And look after them, be with our family, do what was, important to us, but also look after our clients and keep growing our business. So it's just, a real pinch yourself moment, but we're
it's like, and Amanda quite well as well. It's like Amanda talked about in her interview, exactly the same thing happens. Sometimes life throws you a curveball. And to give people some context, like an idea of what this really means. Okay, I can live the laptop lifestyle and travel around. How much over the last year are you taking, out of compared to corporate? Because now it just rolls off the tongue. To you and Jenn, this is normal. But share with your corporate friends how much leave you are taking here.
No, I figured it out. It's like 16 or 18 weeks, which is, I think at this point it's a third of the year. That's given you get 4 weeks leave. That's 4 and 5 years of leave, effectively. In a year. So to do what's important to us. So it's and like, there wasn't in that time, I've got to admit, it wasn't a keep the business going in that time either. We were still getting clients and still being able to grow with our clients and new clients. So that's been cool. It wasn't just a holding formation. We're really able to keep growing, which is awesome.
That's amazing, isn't it? To think where you were, say 5 years ago when you started with us, or however long it was, to now taking a third of the year off to travel and still grow the business with an outsourced team. And, you guys are a young couple and starting out in life in that way. What an amazing outcome. And your life is so different now. And also you're doing, you're working with us at the eBusiness Institute. You're very active with our community, and a big thank you there. And also you're doing, some joint ventures with some of the other people in our community. And I take it you get a lot out of coaching our guys. You enjoy yourself there.
Oh, so much. Like, it's just, again, it's just pinch yourself. Like, it's just so rewarding to see people doing, like, in 3 and 4 months what we were doing in 1 and 2 years, So, and it's just cool to be a part of that journey. And I guess, we walked where they're walking now, and all the things that they kind of worry about, we worried about too. And somehow we've overcome in some way and able to share that and how to get out there, how to build a business, how to engage with people. It's cool to share all of that. And then all the technical bits and pieces we work on as well. So it's cool to see growth.
You do build beautiful websites. The Divi legend in the champions community. Even I've done training with you on basic tech training, haven't I? So when I've got to brush up my Divi skills, I just grab Calem, because Calem does build such beautiful websites. So highly recommended to use your website building services. That's for sure. Yes, one of the leading digital agencies in Melbourne, I believe now, Calem. See, you and Jenn can say that proudly. So there you go. But a big thank you for today for coming in and doing a wonderful interview. And it's really cool to hear about, you and Jenn's success, and a big congratulations too, because I know these last 2 years, like for all of us, it's been a challenging time, but you guys have just blitzed it and you're still growing strong. So thank you so much, Calem, and for inspiring our community, and also for looking after our very grateful clients as well.
Oh, thank you. No, it's great to be a part of it. Thank you.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Calem.
Thank you.